Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to your brothers and hopefully pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Alright, this video here is we've been nourished up. Now it's time to detach. Alright. So we've been over here in Babylon the Great. We suffered, went through everything that we went through as a people. Being on the bottom, still on the bottom, still in captivity up on the, Esau Edom. But during that time also, we've been nourished up and brought back to our remembrance of who we are. Okay, so we've been nourished. And so now that we've been nourished up, it's time to detach from Babylon the Great, from the ways of this kingdom. So if you notice, this image here says, detaching is essential to overcome codependency. Alright, so we must detach from Babylon the Great to overcome being codependent upon this system, okay? Upon this nation. Alright, so you see there's a chain that goes across the screen, and in the middle the chain has been broken or it's been detached from one another. And if you notice, it turns into birds and they are flying into the sunset. Alright, flying into the sunset is generally a representation of being having a pure mind, to be restored, freedom, all those different things. And so you can equate that as being as birds flying into the sunset, or being able to enter into the kingdom through the detachment of yourself from Babylon the Great. Okay, so I want to grab that word detach. Hold on a sec. Alright, here we go.
Detach.
Okay, it says detach.
Detach.
To disengage something or part of something and remove it. Okay? Unfasten, disconnect, disengage, to part or to separate. Alright? Definition 2. Leave or separate oneself from a group or a place. And that's what you're detaching. You're leaving out of here, not physically, but spiritually, mentally. You're separating yourself from the people of here, from the ways of here. You're being holy. Okay? But that's that word detach. So let's get a few scriptures. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 5. And it says, and she brought forth a man-child, which was the woman, which was Israel. She brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto the Most High and to his throne. Okay? That man-child to rule the nation with a rod of iron is speaking of Yahweh Shai. And he was caught up and he sits at the right hand of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Okay? Verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, which the wilderness is into Africa, with the west coast of Africa, and all places around there. When we fled out of Jerusalem, okay, where she hath a place prepared of the Most High, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. Okay, and that place prepared is over here in America, Babylon the Great. And feeding her that 1,260 days, that was during that time of slavery, when we were brought over here. But we were fed, we were nourished up, and we were brought over here to that place prepared. Okay? So, like I said, we were nourished up, and now it's time to detach, because we were brought over here into that place that was prepared for us. Okay? It was prepared for our punishment. Okay? Because this is really a big prison in which we were in. It's prepared for our punishment, but it was also prepared for us to wake up, to come back to ourselves at the same time. All right. That's also why it was set up. It's Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart. For this is not your rest. We generally long for rest. Okay, that's a natural thing. We want to relax. We want to enjoy. We want to retreat. We want to retire. We want to enjoy ourselves, relax. We constantly working. We constantly vexed all day and night. We long for that rest, but we can't rest in this imprisonment here because we have work to do. Okay, but we're getting ready to come into that rest after we go through, Jacob's trouble and just these hard times, just, to make it through it. We have to get through it in order to enter into that rest. Why? It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. Think about if you went to a pool and they had a jacuzzi tub. You want to get in there, relax in the warm water, feel the bubbles, all those different things. But the tub is filled with, it's filled with all kind of pollution. Okay, it's filled with trash. It's filled with acid. It says it shall destroy you. That's why? Because it's polluted. Babylon the Great literally is polluted in all ways that you can possibly think of. It's just polluted. There can no good come of this place. That's why you can't rest here. Let's see, this is Isaiah chapter 52, verse 11. Depart ye, go ye out from thence. Touch no unclean thing. Go ye out of the midst of her, and be ye clean that bear the vessels of the Most High. Okay? Depart ye. So we got to get out of here. We got to separate ourselves. Flee out of the midst of her. All right? And be clean. Because when we separate ourselves from this polluted place, we become clean. We're washing ourselves in the word that bear the vessels of the Heavenly Father, that bear the vessels of the Most High Yahweh. Okay? We bear those vessels. All right, verse 12. For ye shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight. For the Most High will go before you, and the power of Israel will be your reward. Okay? Or reward. All right? So you're not gonna take a plane out of here. You ain't gonna do none of that. Okay? Because it ain't gonna be nowhere to go. But this is where we're waiting on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for our deliverance. We're waiting on him for his glory. All right. Let's see. This is let's see, where was I looking at? What was I looking for? Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Romans 12 and 1. It says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. All right, your bodies as that living sacrifice. You're going out there, you're doing the work. Okay, you're literally putting your bodies on the line. You're putting your lives on the line. Okay. You're their living sacrifice. And it says holy, which is separate, acceptable unto the Most High, which is being accepted of him, which is your reasonable service. So ain't nothing that he's asking us to do is unreasonable. Everything that we are asked to do is reasonable. Everything is bearable, because he's not going to put more on you than you can bear. All right, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world. Don't conform to it. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, which is repenting, okay, being renewed, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Okay? Don't be conformed, but transform. That's a good one there. Don't conform, but transform. All right? Be holy. Be separate. Don't be as the people of the world. Be different. Be holy. Be better than that. Because we have the word. We have the scriptures to go off of. We have the wisdom that's been given unto us. We have the teachers. We have the leaders for us to understand the right way to go. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and 16. It says, and what agreement hath the temple of the Most High with idols? Okay, you have the temple. You didn't bring idols into the physical temple, but also we can equate that with that charagma. Okay, if we know that our bodies are the temple, or as Scripture say, ye are the Most High's building, then why would you put that charagma within you? Why would you put that idol in you? Because that is not going to agree with our temples. Okay, for ye are the temple of the living power. As the Most High have said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. Okay, we are the temple. So the charagma can't go inside your temple. Okay, because it says what agreement that the temple of the Most High with idols. So actually, if that charagma is in you, the Most High can't be in you. Okay, His spirit can't dwell in you with that charagma in you. His spirit can't dwell in you with idolatry. Okay. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. And I will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. Okay? Once again, we have to detach. Detach, detach, detach. Okay? That's the big thing. Now, Revelation chapter 12 verse 10 says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which is Esau Edom. Okay, he categorizes, he accuses us, he blames us, and he places the stumbling block in front of us and blames us when we stumble over it. All right, which accuse them before our power day and night. That's what he does on a daily basis. Okay, they constantly thinking of ways to get Jake to go off. All right, verse 11. And they, who are they, the elect, overcame him, that accuser, by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death. Okay, we overcame with the blood. Okay, when Yahushua came and shed his blood or died for us, it opened up that way for us to be brought back unto Heavenly Father, and by the word of their testimony, which is the prophets going out and testifying. The prophets going out and preaching, telling what's to come. And they love not their lives unto the death, because we understand that better is the end of a thing than the beginning. We understand that the end of this kingdom will be better, okay, than the beginning of it. All right, because the end of this kingdom means the beginning of our kingdom, means the beginning of Yahushua's rulership under righteousness. Okay, so you love not your life unto the death, meaning you don't do whatever it takes to save your life. Okay, you do whatever it takes to do what's pleasing unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay, and He will in turns preserve you or allow you to overcome. Leave it up to Him. Okay. Let's see. This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. Okay. It says that they overcame them by the blood and loved not their lives unto the death. So Romans 15 and 4 says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime, before, were written for our learning. Okay? That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. Okay? So everything that we reading, everything that we are reading that was written before time was written for our learning. So we must read and read and read and read and study, rightly dividing the word of truth, and constantly be in this word. Okay? Because this is where we learn from. This is our wisdom. Okay? We learn from our from the great men that led the way before us, men and women too, from the great ones that were before us. Okay? They led by example. Okay? Think of Enoch. Think of Abraham. Think of Lot. Okay? Think of Moses. Think of Isaiah. Jeremiah, Job. All these men. All right? All these men laid down the path before us. Eleazar. Okay? The woman and her 7 sons. All these people, all these things were written about them for us to come behind them and learn from them through patience and also gain comfort of these scriptures, that we might have hope. Because when all hell breaking loose and we can't see, we have to literally hope. Have that faith, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We can't see where our food is coming from. We can't see our salvation, but we have the evidence. We have the substance of things that we hope for. Okay, and that's what these scriptures are. Okay, we read these things so that we get them into our minds or into our hearts. When this situation happened, hey, we know Elijah was fed with ravens. Food was brought to Daniel while he was in the lion's den. The Most High rained down manna from heaven. Okay, rained down manna from heaven and brought him quail. Okay, brought water from the rock. So many different examples, so many more examples of just how we overcome through Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay, that we have to follow, and we must follow them. Take after them. They're here for us. All these scriptures are literally here for us. Okay, this is Sirach chapter 2 verse 10. Look at the generations of old. Like I just said, look at all these old, all these old heads, the ones that came before us, and see, did this a question? Did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? No, they weren't. Because he's not going to let you fall. He's not going to leave you. He's not going to confound you if you trust in him. Or did ever any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Remember, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Okay? When you fear him, you'll gain wisdom. When you fear him, you'll gain knowledge. Okay? When you fear him, you're not going to forsake him. Because when you fear him, you're going to do what's pleasing unto him. Okay? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? When you truly call upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in sincerity and in truth, you're not going to be despised. He's going to help you. All right? I always love to use this example. If you call upon him and you're sincere about it, and he doesn't answer you, or he doesn't do anything for you, or he allows you, to fall or be destroyed, he'll be a liar. He really would be. And I always say this too, especially for doing this work. When we think about just the different struggles in life that we go through, as far as dealing with jobs and dealing with families and different things like that. If he's called you to an office, or he has something for you to do, he asks for you to go out and teach. He asks for you to preach. He asks for you to, he has a job for you to do. Don't you think that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua will set you up in a position for you to do the job that he asks you to do? How are we going to ask you to do a job and then not put you in a position to be able to do the job? He don't work like that. That's some stuff Esau Edom would do. Esau Edom will have you do something or ask you to do something or give you a task and then put you in a position where you literally can't perform the task. Okay? That's wickedness. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is not like that. Okay? And I just want to get one example of just the generations of old. An example to lead, example to follow. Let's see. Where is it at? Alright, this is 1 Kings chapter 19, and I'm going to start at the top. Okay? This is dealing with Elijah when he's fed by the angels, okay? First Kings chapter 19 and verse 1, it says, "And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword." Okay? Then, so there were prophets that was along with Elijah, but Ahab had them killed. Okay? Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah, saying, "So let the gods do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time." So she's saying, hey, let the gods kill me if I don't kill you about this time tomorrow. So she's giving a life threat, a threat on Elijah's life. And when he saw that, he arose and went for his life, and came to Beersheba, which belongeth to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a juniper tree, and he requested for himself that he might die, and said, "It is enough. Now, O Lord, take away my life, for I am not better than my fathers." Okay? So Elijah was going through hell, okay? They was out to kill him, and he was already, starving. He was on the run, on the go. He was like, "Hey, I'm ready to go ahead and just go and give up the ghost, man. I mean, I'm tired." Okay, but as he lay and slept under a juniper tree, behold, then an angel touched him and said unto him, "Arise and eat." So an angel brought him food. Now he was famished, he was starving, he was probably thirsty too, but an angel brought him some food, and he says, "Arise and eat." And he looked, and behold, there was a cake baking on the coals, and a crust of water at his head. And he did eat and drink, and laid him down again. All right. So he was on the go, he was on the run. What do you think that Yahweh Shema Shai will do for us in those times if we're on the go, if we're on the run? Okay, if we he can feed us at any time. Like I say, you might go, some hours, probably a day, 2 days, 3 days. You don't know. Okay, but this is where we have to remember, like I said, through the comfort of these scriptures and through this faith, to remember and understand that no matter what, he made sure his servants ate. He made sure his servants drank. Okay. And the angel of the Lord came again the second time and touched him and said, "Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for thee." So Yahweh Shema Shai knew that journey was too great for him. So he said, "Hey, I'm going to make sure that you good. I'm going to make sure you eat and drink in the midst of this journey. You're not going to have to go without eating and drinking on the midst of this journey because it's too far." All right. That's why I say Yahweh Shema Shai knows exactly what we need. Without, he knows better than us of what we need. He knows what we can do. He knows what we can endure. Okay. And he arose and did eat and drink, and went in the strength of that meat 40 days and 40 nights unto Horeb, the mount of the Most High. Okay. So think about this. Think about what he gave him. he fed him some more to eat, that cake, and some more to drink. And that cake and that drink, it says, verse 8, he arose and did eat and drink, and went in the strength of that meat. So that food that he ate and that water that he drank allowed him to go 40 more days without eating and drinking, and nights. What kind of food that had to be? Think about this. You don't think Yahweh Shema Shai could do the same thing for us? You don't think so? What I just read in Sirach chapter 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old. Alright? We gotta think like that. We have to remember that. Alright, this is just one incident of the many things, of the innumerable things in which he does for his people that trust in him. Alright? Matter of fact, I want to get this scripture here. Hold on. Yep. Isaiah 65 and 13. So think about this in these times. It says, therefore, matter of fact, I'll start at verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. Okay? So this is why we're trying to answer. We're doing our best to answer that call. We're doing our best to do whatever the calling that's going out of telling us to repent and turn back to him, and then follow his laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities, and also go out and preach and teach. We're trying to follow what he said to do. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. We're trying to choose wherein he delights, wherein is his delight. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, thus saith the Most High Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Okay? How do we obtain that? Through the detachment. It first begins with detachment. Like I said, we've been nourished up. Okay? We're getting this word. Okay? We were fed over here. We were brought up. He allowed us to come back to ourselves and remember ourselves. Now it's time to detach. Alright? So, call all Yahweh Bashem Al Shah, Bashem Rakakudash. Hope you're edified. Shalom.